What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of Dark Souls 3. We are starting off with our bad mamma jamma here. Regular attack, right mouse button. So this is just basically the tutorial. Strong attack. Okay. I'm not using the keyboard, the mouse and keyboard though, so. Alright. You gonna drop me anything? That's negative, other than the 20 souls. B backstaff. Yep, okay. Gotcha. We'll check off over here to the left. Now it's interesting that there is a split here. Whoa, shit! I do like that spear. I'm gonna have to start practicing my parries here in a bit, because that's gonna be pretty key. I don't know what an Ashen Estus Flask is. Oh wow. I do like how automatically picking things up, they automatically equip. Fill with Estus at a bonfire. Fill with Estus at bonfire restores FP. Oh my god, so there's actually 2 Estus Flasks this time? You can actually restore mana now. I don't think we've had an item like that. Short of... definitely not a refillable one. That is cool. That's cool. Alright, nothing down here. Soul of Deserted Corpse. Okay. Alright. Let's see if we can't get a backstab off on our next dude. Probably gonna fuck it up and take some damage, but hey, you know, is what it is. I'm not expecting this to be a no death, no damage run. Okay. LB to guard. I'm assuming this is gonna be the dude we can sneak up behind. Behind to critical hit. Okay, alright. That was interesting. I either wasn't close enough to get a backstab off, or the backstab animation and setup has been changed. Alright. Whoa. Oh, Archer. Whoa! Oh, shit! Okay, I was expecting to get a shot again. That'll work. Okay. Let's make sure that we've read most of these. Why two-handed? While two-handed use right weapon skills. Okay. What does that mean? Oh, Jesus. So I can block with that. That's a different... So there's 3 basic power attacks while turn back? Fuck that. I ain't turning back. I do what I want. You're my baby daddy. Or baby mama, I guess I should say. I hope I don't have a baby daddy. That would be really awkward. Okay. That is a big... Oh, Jesus. That is a really big mofo. Okay, I seem to be doing no damage to this. I'm thinking this is probably one of the critters I'm not supposed to fight yet. It did tell me to leave. Alright, buddy. Calm your roll a bit. Good. Okay, we're switching to power attack. Good, good, good. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, good times. Whoa! Oh, Jesus, that hurt. No, it's cool, buddy. Alright. Hang on. Let's see how this works. There's our heal, which took up most of our health. Let's get off that. You gonna chase me the whole way home? I'm assuming that's a yes. Holy fuck. Well then. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can keep from getting hit again. Really? Well, there's our first death. So, do I think killing that thing is possible? Definitely. Most of the Dark Souls games do give you a boss, or not a boss, a very difficult monster at the beginning, which is killable. Quite killable. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing up here that I missed. Anyways, as I was saying, it's usually quite killable. It's just a challenge, and usually doesn't give you much, if anything. Well, that was a bummer. Why am I missing you repeatedly? Alright, so that is going to prove very annoying. There we go. Interesting that that seems to take also my stamina when taking that. Alright, I'm going to try for a parry. Well, he... Ow. Alright, one more time. Hang on, let's go get our body real quick and then we can come back for you. No reason for us to give up. There we go. That's a backstab. Alright, buddy. Me and you're gonna dance. Ish. God dang it, I suck at this. God dang it! Oh! Oh. Can I block? Nope, 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 nope! Well, that was awful. I will parry one of these guys. I will parry one of these guys. Trust me. We may be here all night, but it will happen. Alright, switch back. It's the delay. I feel like there's a half-second delay on mine. I mean, look at that. Here we go. Well, y'all can't tell, so 1. It's about a half-second delay between the time I pushed the button and it actually does its thing. And boom. Too late, or too early. Okay, let's try again. Do. Okay. Come on. That was almost dead on. Slow your roll, sir. Slow your roll. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Really? I thought that was it. Oh, that's not good. Alright, here we go, here we go. Fuck! Just please, please. Fucking let me have it. I'm so terrible at this. He's gonna fucking kill me. Alright, last try. Really? Maybe they're not parried. There we go. Boom, baby. Alright, I feel better. I feel like I have been completely absolved of all doubt. That is going to take me forever. These guys are very hard to parry. There you go. You just sit the fuck down. Good news, I guess, is we have farmed up a few points, so that's nice, I guess. Not quite sure why we didn't get a backstab there. Maybe I was off-center slightly. Whoops. We will want to check over here real quick before we go play with that guy. Lots of nooks and crannies in this game. Left trigger to repel attack riposte after a successful parry. Yep. So... Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, that's gonna take me a long time. I am not Ouroboros. Left plus right mouse button to kick. There we go. Alright. Whoa. A little bit of stutter there. What's up, Bo? Oh, you gonna be like that, huh? My turn. Mine's better. Alright, not dropping anything. Okay. Hang on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hello. 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 Dude, the reach on that spear is righteous. Fading soul. Alright, good times. Probably going to have some kind of boss fight here, so we will go ahead and blow this. Restores my mana. Pop that. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Whoa, and very steep, apparently. There's nothing down there, right? This is Dark Souls. It likes to hide things. Things that you will miss. Things that you will read a guide about and probably still miss. Alright, here we go. Kindle. So does that... Interesting. Oh, I have to actually rest at it. Okay, rest. There we go. Alright. Leave the cemetery. What's this say? Rest at a bonfire, restore HP, and Estus supply. Yes, it does. We will go off to the left here in just a second. I still want to kind of learn to parry these guys. Really? I thought that was a good parry right there. That looked correctly timed to me. Alright, well, that was awkward. You're dead. Is there something behind me? No. Okay. What do we have down here? Thought I heard something sneaking up behind. Whoa! Hello! That's interesting. I thought I heard something sneaking up behind me, so I turned, and I actually had something coming at me from the other direction. Is he coming down? I'm assuming so. What's up, brother? There we go. Appreciate that fading soul, sir. I will use that at a later time. What the hell do we have down here? Oh, shit. Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, you're gonna be kind of a son of a bitch, aren't you? If I can knock him off... Whoa, buddy. That'll work. Oh, you're fucked now. Okay, well, that was sloppy. I thought I was in range in the first hit. I was wrong. What do we got here? Firebomb. All that for a little explosive. One of the gifts that you get at the beginning of the game. So, no reason to pick that as a starting item when you can simply pick it up right there. Alright, moving on. So that's going to take us down. I am curious what's up here. Trying not to miss anything. I know it's inevitable that I will. What happened to you? Touch bloodstain. Yes, I would like to touch the bloodstain. I want to get what's on top of that. Okay. Thank you. Titanite shard. Nice. That's usually used to, what do you call it? Reinforce weapons. What's this say? Right for plunging attack. Okay, yep. Nice. I'm not sure why the sound was off there. It does seem to be about a half-second delay on that. What's up, buddy? Alright, anything else here that needs a good killing? Now, this right here is the area we were at before, so we've got a complete loop there. Let's go ahead and poke this. Probably nothing. Just making sure. That was interesting in Dark Souls 2. You didn't hit the walls, you walked by them and pressed A. Whereas in Dark Souls 1, and I believe Bloodborne, you had to actually hit the wall. Which is kind of interesting, and I won't know until I find one if that's how it works here or not. Use a big bitch. Use a real big bitch. I'm going to go ahead and use this to top off. Might as well. Okay. What's up, brother? How is your afternoon? Nothing here? Kind of interesting that this whole thing would be here, yet there's nothing here. Something down? No? Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to fight this dickbag, that's for sure. Probably not going to want to fight him in the water. Well, the water doesn't seem to be hampering my speed any. I could take him from behind, lols. Dude, his head is creepy crawling as fuck. Yeah, I don't seem to be able to talk to this guy, so... And I can't hit him. So... Oh! Remove his sword. That's probably the only thing keeping him there. I'm not sure I want to remove that, honestly. Unless I have to, and I, of course, most likely do. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to have to yank that sword out of him. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll be a big, badass two-handed sword. That would be rather nice. Alright, let's yank that sword out. Oh! Do I get to keep that sword? Because I would really like to keep that sword. I don't think I get to keep that sword. Okay! Alright, I did. Fuck all to you. Ow. Whoa! Oh my god! You're a quick son of a bitch. Alright, we're cool. Switching. Going to be power stancing your ass. Those invulnerability frames. Oh my god, that is a massive fucking wave. Okay, we got him about a quarter of the way done. Ooh, what? Lock him. Okay, 90. Ew! You need to chill the fuck out, Brohim. I need about 6 more of those. What the fuck? Punish him. What in the fuck is that? It was like a giant rat monster thing. Oh my god. That's fine. You do what you need to do, buddy. I was out of the way of that. That wasn't good. That was not good at all. Oh, come on! That's not fair. At all. That's it. Whoa! What? Not good. Can't see you. I just need one more hit. Gotcha, bitch. One try. One try. Coiled sword. Brilliant. Brilliant. All right. So, Ember restored. Embrace the flame. No idea what the hell that means, but okay. Let's take a look at that sword that we just got. That I thought we just got. Did we not just get it? No, we did not. What the fuck? Use a line, bitch. Thrust into Enshrined Bonfire to activate Bonfire Warp. Okay, so I guess that's this right here. Alright. Light it. Bonfire lit. Let's go ahead and rest. There's no way to thrust it in here, unfortunately. So I'm guessing up here? On the other side of that door. We are up to 3,500 souls. Not a lot, but it is early on. And I'm just proud we were able to kill that boss in the first crack, which usually is not an easy thing to do. Broken straight sword. Yeah, that's probably ass. I'm thinking. All right, so that's down and leads over there to a dead end. All right, you're going to want to go. That's fine. We'll go. We'll go. If I can get you between this guy and that. Whoa. My turn. Mine's better. Much better. A little closer. A little closer. A little closer. Really? Well, I almost one-shot you last time. That's definitely not going to stop me from fucking your shit up there. All right, let's pick this up. What do we got? Homeward Bone. If I recall, Homeward Bones allow you to teleport back to your last bonfire. And I believe you don't lose any souls in the process. There's another item that will take you back, but you lose all of the souls you have on you. Which, in my opinion, is kind of a worthless item. I've never actually seen the reasoning behind that. It's like, if I'm going to die and lose... I guess the only reason for doing that is so you don't have to go hollow. Which, I don't know how that works here. Usually in the Dark Souls games, hollow is when you die, you're sent back, basically. Visions of Hope. You're sent back and you lose some health, and it's usually a stacking debuff. So the more you lose, the worse it gets. So the more times you die, you start getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, and eventually you have to burn an item. Some it was a human effigy, some it was you had to help somebody. I forget what else it was. There were a variety of different ways to restore your health. I didn't realize this was a separate spot. Okay. That one's dead. Okay, he was a little quicker on that than I thought he was going to be. And I somehow missed while locked on. Fair enough. Not going to miss this one. Okay. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Yeah, he's got me. Almost twice. Okay, he's not going to survive that. All right, buddy. You and me, bro. All right, triple attack. All right, looks like that takes us up to the top as well. This looks like nothing, which is interesting. All right, nothing there. We will come back down, pick this up. Fading Soul. What do we have up here? Yeah, I know. Remember, there was a human effigy which would restore your humanity, so to speak. Basically, because basically the general gist is you're dead, and as you're dead, you lose your what made you human, your humanity. I mean, that's literally your emotions, your beliefs, your moral system, and eventually it just fades away in a. You basically turn into a zombie as what made you slowly just drops. And then, you just hunger. Whoa, a fucking dog. Hate dogs. Hate. In this, I've always hated dogs. Because they're bad. Holy shit, that's a big fucking aggressive little shit. You want to come out there so I can get to you? Alright, well, that works. That works. I am perfectly happy with that. I am not going to complain about that one bit. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pop our Ashen Estus Flask. Pop this real quick. Boom. There we go. I am liking the fact that we took the healing. It gives us that extra, basically one extra Estus Flask. Which definitely is not something... Ember. What does an Ember do? Does it tell us? Ember. Gain strength of flame, boosting hit points until death. Interesting. Interesting. What's this? Way of the White Circlet. Restore the link to other worlds. Interesting. Banish visiting phantom or return home. Okay, and then lose souls and return to bonfire. See, there's that thing I was telling you guys about. I don't understand why you would want that. Other than if there's a stacking debuff, okay, then it makes sense. Can I pick that sword up? Like, I want this sword right here. It's right here. Let me pick it up. I can do work with that thing. Yeah, as soon as I can pick us up a two-handed sword, believe me, we will. But that could be a while. It could be in the next 30 seconds. You never know with Dark Souls. Oh, God, dude, we already fought a boss, man. This place does not... Actually, I was about to say this is going to be the shrine. This reminds me... I'm getting Demon Souls flashbacks from this. Holy shit, dude. I'm getting fucking chills. For those of you who've never played Demon Souls, this was basically what the hub in Demon Souls looked like. And you had a lady here you talked to. And... yeah. And so those are going to be the 5 main bosses. Now, the intro talked about 3 different Lords of the Cinder, but I see 5 thrones down there. So I'm assuming there's something... Huh, it's a giant. It is a giant. I'm assuming that there's something to that. We'll most likely have to kill those 3, which is kind of weird that it's 3 and not 5. Or... I could even understand if it was, you know, the 4 Lords of the Cinder or whatever. But it's kind of weird. All right. I'm not going in there yet, but we could. That's going to be a place we come from at a later point. As is most likely this, because I can't... Yeah, there's no jumping or... Well, I don't think we can jump up that high. It looks like we can. We'll try it one more time. Nah. It's not going to let us get the ups for that, sadly. Very sad about that. I'll do a little bit of exploring here, make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, no A's here. Okay, nothing there. It's going to be behind one of the thrones. May regret this here in a second, but... Whoa, what the hell does that say? Lost King Lothric, last hope of his line. Okay, I'm assuming each one of those is going to have something. Ludleth, the Exiled. Saint Aldrich of the Deep. So that's going to be that fucking ooze thing. This is going to be another exit off of here. We won't go explore that just yet. I'll head down there here in just a moment. I want to check this other side over here. So it looks like we have 3 distinct exits off this area right here. We've got one here. We got one there. I guess we got one there. And then we got the one up there. Quite a few exits. All right, what's this say? Yorn the Giant of the Profaned Capital. Why was the capital profaned? Watchers of the Abyss. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's go talk to the lady. See if we can't get this thing rocking and rolling. There's always a hot chick. Oh, what's up, girl? Boom. Good times. All right. Let's rest here. Okay, attune a spell, organize storage box, and burn undead bone shard. No idea what that does. Don't think I have an undead bone shard, do I? No? No, we do not. Interesting. Okay. Talisman, shield, herald. Yeah, I don't see an undead bone shard, so most likely I don't have one yet. So, all right.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one.
Sup, girl?
I'm a firekeeper.
Wow, I haven't heard of them in a long time.
I tend to the flame and tend to thee.
That just sounds dirty.
The lords have left their thrones and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
Okay. Let's go
Very
ahead
well.
and look at leveling up.
Then touch the darkness within me.
Is that what you call it?
Nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Can we go somewhere more private so I can touch the darkness inside of you a little bit more vigorously, madam? All right, so it's 800 EXP per level. We have 3,600, so pretty decent. Looks like Vigor is going to affect HP. Attunement is going to affect mana and the number of slots that I have. Endurance is going to affect stamina. Vitality is going to affect equipment load, so how much you can actually physically carry. Strength, strength weapons, dex weapons. Intelligence, I'm surprised actually intelligence isn't affecting FP. And then faith is going to affect my miracles most likely, and then luck is your item discovery. That's interesting that they're adding item discovery for now. We are probably just going to pump vigor for the time being. The reason behind that is I don't know how much strength I'm going to need for my inevitable two-handed weapon. And I know for a fact we're going to need vigor and endurance. So I'm actually going to raise them 1 and 1 for now. And we are now out. Okay, I'm tempted to drop this back to 2 just so that I can get my strength at a perfect, beautiful setup, but this will be fine. I don't like how she mumbles while I'm doing this shit. It drives me crazy. All right, let's bounce out. I'll go ahead and talk to her again.
To be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls.
Sovereignless
souls will become thy strength.
Sovereignless souls.
Ashen One, bring me souls plucked from their vessels.
That's kind of interesting. She says souls without non-sovereign souls, which sovereignty is usually something that they use in the, what do you call it? Like with countries and nations, like sovereignty. It's basically like your land, the ownership of your property, so to speak. So like, my sovereign land on my house, you could say, you can't come here. You can't control what goes on here. We can do what we want within reason, et cetera, et cetera. So the fact that souls without sovereignty, that's a concept that I have a hard time grasping, because the soul, that is the essence of you. And the fact that somebody could technically have sovereignty over your own soul just kind of blows my mind. Okay, yeah, she's just repeating herself. So usually once they start repeating themselves, you're good to go. Wow, there's another exit off of here. This is going to be crazy.
Another one.
And there's always this guy.
From the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless.
You can't even die,
Can't
right?
even die right.
That's fucked up.
Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends, with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots.
This guy sounds like one of the
Don't you think?
doctors from Doctor Who. I wonder who the voice actor is here, but he does sound like that. All right, we'll talk to him again.
What a sick joke, asking us to seek the lords of Cinder and return. We're talking true legends.
Okay, so he's repeating himself. That's nice. That was one of the things that drove me nuts about Dark Souls, is you had to talk to these guys like 5 times to get them to do their shit, and it was annoying. Because, I'm all right with talking to a dude to understand, whatever it is I need to understand, but don't make me talk to him like 50 times. Just tell me the damn story once.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One.
Oh, she's blind like,
a humble handmaid of the shrine.
from Bloodborne.
Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells.
Nice.
I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler.
My cape just lit on fire. What the fuck?
And yes, I'm
That's
undead
sick.
too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away.
All right, what do you got?
One, fetch souls and bring them to me. As is thy wont? No?
Okay, let's leave real quick.
Ashen One, be sure to bring more souls.
Yep. Gotcha. All right, hang on. Here? Yes. Use... Am I able to use all of them? I'm assuming maybe use selected is what I'm looking for then? Whoops. Let's try that. Use selected. All? Done. It's giving me 100, which is a lot less than I was hoping for. And then we got one more. Use selected. Big money? Hey, that's significantly more than I was expecting. All right.
Ah, well met. How may I be?
All right, let's... Oh, I can sell items to you? Oh, that's sick. That was always one of the things that drove me nuts about Dark Souls is it wouldn't let you sell things. Sell broken straight sword for 3 souls. Sure. It's better than keeping it. All right. Purchase item. What do you have to purchase? So she does have 3 embers, which is interesting. I wonder if these embers are stackable. Although she only has 3 of them. That's interesting. So that really could give you a pretty strong incentive not to die. Repair powder, don't care about. Purple moss, firebomb, prism stone. Mark path by placing on the ground. Interesting. White soapstone, something we'll want later on. Homeward bone, we don't care about. I already have heal aid. Dagger, short sword, scimitar, leather shield, torch, talisman we've already got, sorcerer's staff. And she doesn't really have much else here. Should only be used with the greatest of caution. So they're not telling us what a dried finger does, which is kind of interesting. And then that's going to be some kind of thing we're going to want later on.
Ashen one, be sure.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, let's talk to the blacksmith. Sup, dog?
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust?
Nah, just on vacation.
A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose.
Okay. So I can reinforce, I can infuse, repair. A lot Estus. What does that mean? Oh, that's sick, dude. Oh, that's bad as hell. That is bad as hell. I like that. Oh, that's fucking awesome. So if you're not a magic user, you can have 4. That is... Wow. Wow, I'm stunned. I am absolutely stunned. That is amazing.
Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large, but when overused, they'll eventually break. When their durability is low, repair becomes a necessity. Use a powder, or simply rest at a bonfire.
Whoa.
But should chance impel them break, bring them me. I'll hammer them back into shape. They take no pleasure in breaking, I assure ye.
Interesting.
So handle them with care, if you would.
So if your weapon takes damage,
But
simply
be careful.
resting at a bonfire will restore them. That's wild. I've never ever had problems with my weapons breaking before, as long as I was able to use them and as long as I didn't step on something. There was acid and a few other things that could burn your weapons and break things in Bloodborne, I want to say it was. Or maybe it was... Maybe it was Dark Souls 2. They all kind of merged together after a while. I do feel like something's here. Okay, not there. Nothing there. Was kind of hoping for maybe a secret. But no, doesn't seem like anything. Yeah, nothing here. Maybe something at a later time will pop in here? Not sure. Okay. Let's check the other side real quick. Now, there may only be one exit from here. Usually, there's multiple exits out of the first newbie area. And Dark Souls kind of nudges you in the right direction by skull fucking you until you figure it out. It's tough love. That's a weird sound. Nothing here. Okay, do one more hit here. Nope. Negative. Alright. What was that sound back here? There is definitely something over here. I guess it's upstairs. Alright, so we know there's nothing in this direction. There's definitely something up there, though. It is mad. So we've checked down here. We haven't checked this offshoot, though? It's just above the area right here, so nothing here. Although it's interesting, those little piles look interesting. All right, come over here. Check this side. Probably the same thing. Usually fairly symmetrical. Yep, nothing here. Okay. So I'm assuming then our only place to go is going to be either that way or that way. Either way, we will find out in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. If you do, please slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.